Good evening, everyone. This week on my mind has been, I guess, a little short message that I heard online from a pastor at Lake Point Church over in Texas. And I think it was a TikTok video or something like that, but it's just been playing on my mind. So this evening, when I said or Sabrina asked me, what are you going to do your reflection on this week? I tend to try and play it a bit coy, she can hopefully listen to it when it's announced and be a bit surprised. But this week I said, it's on Theophilus, but I'm not sure how to actually say his name. So I looked it up, and then Sabrina's response to that was, what's that? And I said, oh no, Theophilus is a person. And Sabrina said, who is that? And my response to that was, exactly. Sabrina naturally could have been annoyed at me for that response, but it is exactly that has been playing on my mind, is who is Theophilus? Luke 1 starts with a dedication to Theophilus. Inasmuch as many have undertaken to compile a narrative of the things that have been accomplished among us, just as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word have delivered them to us, it seemed good to me also, having followed all things closely for some time past, to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, that you may have certainty concerning the things you have been taught. So Luke is writing the letter of Luke, the Gospel of Luke, to Theophilus. And then we hear one more mention of him in Acts, which is traditionally accredited to Luke's writing as well. And the book of Acts starts, in the first book, O Theophilus, I've dealt with all that Jesus began to do and teach until the day when he was taken up. So again, kind of Luke and Acts seem to be kind of book 1 and book 2 that Luke has written for Theophilus. So who is Theophilus? I mean, there's not really much known about him. He's not mentioned anywhere else in the Bible, and I guess AI seems to suggest that, there's a general consensus that he was a respected figure. He may have funded Luke's work. He could have been a Roman official or a wealthy Jewish person. But, there's lots of theories of who he actually is. So ultimately, we don't know who Theophilus is. But what's been playing on my mind is Luke. Luke was so dedicated to this person, Theophilus, whoever he was, that Luke's written 2 books to this one person. Now, sometimes we as Christians, we kind of, we think, I'm not a good disciple. How do I be evangelist? How is it I spread the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ and what he's done for our life? But taking a step back, it's almost, who is your one person? Who is the Theophilus in your life? And that's just a wonderful thought in that sense, is that Luke there, he is so focused and intent on Theophilus, in supporting him in faith and in growing him in his faith. And I guess the thing that's been playing in my mind is, who is that one person in my life who I'm going to dedicate praying for every day, who I'm going to take every opportunity to share the word with, who I'm going to dedicate time to every single day to pray that they may come to know Christ's salvation. Matthew 18, reading from verse 12, says, what do you think? If a man owns 100 sheep and one of them wanders away, will he not leave the 99 on the hills and go to look for the one that wandered off? And if he finds it, truly I tell you, he is happier about that one sheep than about the 99 that did not wander off. In the same way, your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should perish. It's actually easy And I guess that the challenge kind of presented was, within your life, who is the one person that is so far removed from God that they just desperately need God and they don't have any other opportunity to hear the word. Since then, actually, I've chosen one person. He will remain nameless, but I'm praying for him every single day. He doesn't know who Christ is. I don't know if he'll have opportunity to hear who he is, but I'm so joyous and I'm so encouraged that I don't feel burdened by big numbers, by teaching lots of people or spreading the word necessarily as far and as wide as I can, because we've all got different callings. But one thing everyone can do, wherever we are in life, whatever we're doing, is have that one person. And do you know what? If all of us have that one person, our church doubles. I'm also a bit of a mathematician. If our church doubles, and then everybody then has one person, and those people whose one person has come back to Christ or comes to know Christ, they get another one person, and the church just doubles again. And I think that is why, exactly as Jesus did, he would go after the one, and we should go after the one, and take heart that we can have such an important role in spreading the good news of Jesus Christ.